Thank you. Now, let's go back to Gaza then, Vanessa. And, well, the question is, what happens when the Israeli military gets bored?
Yeah, this is a new article again in Plus 972 Mag, which is an Israeli media outlet. The headline, "I'm bored, so I shoot. The Israeli army's approval of free-for-all violence in Gaza. Israeli soldiers describe the near total absence of firing regulations in the Gaza war, with troops shooting as they please, setting homes ablaze and leaving corpses on the streets." So let's see what it says. And it's a very long article. I do recommend people find it. It's not behind a paywall, and it will be in the show notes. 6 sources gave testimony to 972, recounted how Israeli soldiers routinely executed Palestinian civilians simply because they entered an area that the military defined as a kill zone, effectively. The testimonies paint a picture of a landscape littered with civilian corpses, which are left to rot or be eaten by stray animals. The army only hides them from view ahead of the arrival of international aid convoys. 2 of the soldiers also testified to a systematic policy of setting Palestinian homes on fire after occupying them. And if you go to TikTok, you can find multiple videos testifying to this. And here is just one very quick example that was put on Telegram yesterday. So if we just show this one. I mean, basically, this is entertainment, and that includes also the detonating of entire areas, including schools and mosques and hospitals and so on. So continuing with the article, there was total freedom of action, said B, another soldier who served in the regular forces in Gaza for months, including in his battalion's command center. If there is even a feeling of threat, there is no need to explain, you just shoot. When soldiers see someone approaching, it is permissible to shoot at their center of mass, their body, not into the air. He continued, it's permissible to shoot everyone, a young girl or an old woman. And continuing again, A explained that shooting at hospitals, clinics, schools, religious institutions and buildings of international organizations required higher authorization. But in practice, I can count on one hand the cases where we were told not to shoot. Even with sensitive things like schools, approval feels like only a formality. In general, A continued, the spirit in the operations room was shoot first and ask questions later. That was the consensus. No one will shed a tear if we flatten a house when there was no need, or if we shoot someone, we didn't have to. I mean, this is just extraordinary. And then they go on to talk about the fact that before humanitarian convoys arrived, so this is foreign humanitarian convoys, S noted that the bodies are removed. A D9 Caterpillar bulldozer goes down with a tank and clears the area of corpses, buries them under the rubble and flips them aside so that the convoys don't see it. So that images of people in advanced stages of decay don't come out, he described. I saw a lot of Palestinian civilians, families, women, children, S continued. There are more fatalities than are reported. We are in a small area. Every day, at least 1 or 2 civilians are killed because they walked into a no-go area or a kill zone. I don't know who is a terrorist and who is not, but most of them did not carry weapons. And yesterday, basically what is a snuff video was released by Channel 14 in Israel, showing the kind of Unit 8200 types carrying out a drone strike on 2 children, easily under the age of 12, I would say, just looking at the video. One was injured trying to make it to safety. The other is clearly dead in the red T-shirt. And let's just roll this.
אנחנו מצטרפים ליחידת הרחפנים ועדים לדרמה שמתרחשת בלב סג'עיה.
קיבלתי 2 נפחים על צומת אלטול עוברות.
זה אחד החמ"לים המרכזיים בסג'עיה. החבר'ה פה בעצם אנשים שמסתכלים מלמעלה על כל מה שקורה כאן במרחב. יש פה בדקות האחרונות נגיעה אינדיקציה שיש כנראה איזושהי חוליה שמסתתרת פה באחד המבנים ההרוסים. גם אם הוא קם, גם אם הוא זז, גם אם הוא יגיע לאיזשהו מבנה, יהיה עליו מעקב רציף. עד שבסופו של דבר יסגרו עליו מעגל ויחסלו גם אותו.
תעלה לפתח.
I mean, this is just summary execution of anything that moves basically in Gaza. It's just hideous.
Okay, well, indeed. Let's move on.